I want to also introduce the concept of accountability. Consider this like a gym. When you go to the gym, usually people ask for a special trainer when they haven't been to the gym before, or the knowledge about equipment or exercising is limited. Somebody like me who's in the mid 40s, I mean, it's not easy for me to do certain exercises, otherwise I'm going to hurt myself, which I have before. I've been to the gym, I worked out, and I ended up hurting myself because I was not lifting correctly. I was not doing the right exercises. My core muscles were not strong. So basically, I was in bad shape. So we need a trainer to hold us accountable for our progress. Also provide the information that you want, but mostly it's about the accountability, because you want somebody to make sure that you're doing what you said you're doing. And that's how you progress. Otherwise, if there's no accountability, then you're going to find hard time progressing, because there is no that external factor that keeps you motivated. It's like, no, I have to do this. Somebody's holding me accountable. Somebody's holding me responsible. And I would like to meet this expectation. So make sure that you have the accountability factor working to your favor. So how do we establish that? Basically, we're gonna make a group, or we're gonna call them stakeholders. Now, the stakeholders are interested in your progress. This is your board, so to speak. Those are the people that are going to give you feedback about your progress, about what you're doing and how you're doing it. And they're going to point out the things that you need to pay attention to, and they're going to point out the things that you have progressed. So make sure that you choose at least 3 people that are truly and genuinely interested in your journey. Somebody who's there to help you and support you, whether it's relative, friends, colleagues, your boss, anybody at work. Go for it. Just make sure that those people are really, really interested in your progress, and you trust them and you value their opinion as well. So I want you to look for 3 to 5 people in your network, and make sure that those people are going to be communicating with you to give you feedback and feed forward. I'm going to explain the difference between the two, and check with them frequently, and make a schedule for yourself where when you're going to check with them, and for how long you're going to be talking with them, and what is it exactly that you want to communicate with them. So those are the people that are going to hold you responsible for your progress. So when you offer an action plan, make sure that you have deadlines. That's how they're going to hold you responsible. So you have this specific time frame to finish a specific action or a specific task. You need to let them know that this is going to happen at this particular time frame, and you are going to report to them as well to make sure that you have fulfilled your promise. Now, this is an example of the stakeholder information card. You're basically going to get the name, the phone number, the email, the frequency of communication, and the best time to call. You need to arrange this. You don't need to submit this to anybody. It's just for you to have a quick contact card for them, unless you already know them and you have them save them on the phone, or you have them on the email list, how you communicate with them. It's up to you. Just keep a way to track your stakeholders. That's as simple as that for this particular sheet. Now, the accountability sheet, this is a list that you are going to populate and communicate with the stakeholders. Basically, anything, any action that you feel that you need to do, write it down and put a time frame on it. This list will grow as you finish your sessions. So every session, you try to make a goal for yourself and try to communicate that goal with your stakeholders. And you'll ask for the feedback once you accomplish that goal. You're going to define the frequency of how you're going to update the stakeholder. Some of them might go daily, weekly, monthly. However, I prefer weekly, because that will give you a good momentum. At the same time, you are not really bombarding them every day about your progress. So a week would be good, or bi-weekly, up to you. Leave that decision up to you. Just make sure that you commit to that time frame and the frequency. Also, you need to figure out how you're going to communicate with them. Do you need to email them that list before you talk to them, or you're just going to tell them the list over a phone conversation, or is it going to be a one-on-one meeting? How does that work? Now, they don't necessarily need to be in the same place or working for the same organization. They could be anywhere in the world, holding different positions, have different relationships with you. The most important factor, like I said, is that they have genuine interest in your progress. And when you have a discussion with them, plan to have a good quality discussion about yourself, about your wants, your needs, your imagination, your vision. Just keep talking about things that are really important for you. Try to avoid talking about things that are not relevant to your scenario, such as political situations right now, unless it's part of the story or something that you're interested in. So make sure that your conversation is around your self-development. Ask for a feedback and a feed forward. What's the difference between feedback and feed forward? Feedback is basically when I do something and I ask you, it's like, hey, how do you think I've done? What did you like about what I've done? Give me feedback. I want to hear about what you think about my efforts and my initiatives. Feed forward is when you ask them for suggestions to move forward. Like, well, how do you think I should handle this better? Or how can I make this better in the future? What would be a better idea for me, or something that would be more valuable for me if I were to adapt in my next delivery? So by asking them about how you have done, you will get the opportunity to know what worked well, what needs attention, and what needs to develop. At the same time, when you ask for the feed forward, you're already giving yourself the opportunity for growth. Things that can challenge you, can stretch your imagination and ability. By finding these opportunities, you actually get to grow. But one thing for sure, you are not going to grow if you are comfortable. So the minute you find a request or a suggestion coming from a feed forward that is challenging for you, rest assured that you need it. Why? You're going to grow with it.